Government official William Ruckelshaus once said that nature provides lunch, but only if we control our appetite. At first glance, this statement might not seem too world-shattering. However, during the environmental project in cooperation with the University of Ohio, both universities, Leipzig and Ohio, seem to have understood the importance of environmental protection, the preservation of nature, the educational outreach in a transatlantic context, as well as Ruckelshaus' premonition. The main focus was set on Earth Month and the ecological awareness that should be increasingly part of our educational system in order to make a change and succeed in ecological public events such as the International Noise Day, the project Water, No Chainsaws, or the Leipzig Shell Blossom Festival. In this process, it should be of paramount significance to base the educational outreach not only on universities. It should also include kindergartens, elementary schools, and high schools, which increasingly and fortunately happens. By researching, interviewing, and exchanging facts about this globally imperative topic, we, the Ohio students and the Leipzig students, realized the urgency to make a change, to support environmental institutions and projects, and to demonstrate its transatlantic connection and intention more than ever before. Researching educational outreach efforts in the city of Leipzig, one is bound to discover the numerous activities of the Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research. While it predominantly continues to be a research institution, one can find a great number of projects and corporations in the educational realm on their site. For example, they are hosting an environmental lecture series, publishing information leaflets, and inviting high school students to their laboratories to get a whiff of what research is all about. One of their major aims is to sensitize the general public for environmental issues. Thus, corporations constitute a central pillar of their work, because working together with different initiatives is always helpful in generating a larger audience. Reinhard Feldmann, head of the Research Center's Department for Environmental Education and Events, told us about Fokus Umwelt, an associated initiative of the Sächsische Landesstiftung Natur und Umwelt, the Umweltbibliothek Leipzig, the Förderein des Umweltinformationszentrums der Stadt and the Environmental Research Center.
Warum nicht gemeinsam auftreten? Und aus dieser Überlegung heraus haben wir 2006 also dieses Label gegründet, Fokus Umwelt, und bieten jetzt gemeinsam Veranstaltungen an. Veranstaltungen im Jahr der Biodiversität, die wir dann gerne auch im Zoo machen und dort eben die breite Öffentlichkeit informieren über interessante Themen, über tagesaktuelle Themen und vorrangig eben solche Themen, zu denen wir auch eine Expertise haben, weil bei uns die Wissenschaftler sitzen, die dort Auskunft geben können.
Leipzig is a city that has many things to offer. Among those are some that come to little recognition, unfortunately. Examples include the many projects that Leipzig offers for a better environment. Namely, some of those are Leipzig Shall Blossom, Water No Chainsaws, International Year of the Forests, and the International Noise Awareness Day, which is accompanied by Do It More Quietly. Leipzig Shall Blossom is an initiative in Leipzig which aims to bring more flowers to the city. Hundreds of packages of flower seeds were handed out to the public, but especially to schools and kindergarten groups. Water No Chainsaws is a plan to keep Leipzig's Auwald, or in English alluvial forest, alive and growing. The demands are as follows: immediate stop of any plan to chop down the trees, to establish a meaningful and sustainable flood control concept. Keep using the natural polder and let occasional flooding happen, because it is a part of nature. Compensate what has been lost and plant at least 45 hectares of new Auwald area. Alongside this project, people at the Ökolöwe also participate in the International Year of the Forests 2011, a global platform to celebrate people's action to sustainably manage the world's forests. The United Nations General Assembly declared 2011 as the International Year of Forests to raise awareness on sustainable management, conservation, and sustainable development of all types of forests. The International Noise Awareness Day, as well as the initiative Do It More Quietly, are both important as well. This time it is rather for the people on this earth. According to different studies, stress is triggered by noise pollution, and the big cities really have to do something about the level of stress prompted by noise.
Monat der Erde 2011.
Universität Leipzig. Menschen zeigen Initiative.
At Earth Munch, more than 100 attendees sampled free foods from local vendors who featured different corn chips, hummus, dips, cheeses, and milk that are all locally made. Each of the vendors talked with the attendees about the health and economical benefits of buying locally.
I liked all of it. It's all really high quality, fresh, local foods. I hope that it kind of gets the word out to people.
To continue to promote sustainability, the event used reusable dishes and glasses and provided recycling and food waste bins at the end of the food route. As part of Earth Month, 2 of the residents living in the Eco House hosted a sprouting and green cleaning workshop. The Eco House is an environmentally friendly residence occupied by Ohio University students looking to live a more sustainable life. The students led the workshop by letting the group know the benefits of sprouting. Sprouts are young plants that are extremely healthy to eat and cheap to grow. As part of the workshop, each person received a jar and sprouting seeds to start their own sprouting project and was given a short lesson in how to make their sprouts grow.
I learned how easy it is to sprout beans in your home and that it's really good for you and it's a good way to, it's a cheap and fun way to get greens in your diet.
The group was then led into the green cleaning session. The workshop showed ways to make your own green cleaning products. To wrap up the workshop, the group made homemade green air fresheners. Rob Coughlin was the keynote speaker for Earth Month 2011. He is a surfer from California and an environmental activist. He spoke on the importance of the preservation and appreciation of nature. He used his personal experiences with surfing in connection to his work with nonprofit organizations and the EPA to inspire those in attendance to not only discuss what needs to be done, but to realize that they are capable of making a difference, then actually acting on it. In addition to being an activist, his career as a surfer has helped him develop a love for the ocean and nature in general.
And I think that's the only way we're going to solve the problems is if there's a lot of us that are working to make things better. So I encourage all the students to go for it and keep doing it. Good for you.
Another important thing taken away from his presentation was that it's not only important to take care of our planet, but it's also vital to take time aside to go hiking and to just appreciate its beauty.
I mean, in some ways, you're preaching to the choir here because most of the people who come here have some interest in environmental issues or care somewhat, a little bit. But I think that it's always a good reminder. Earth Month in general is always a good reminder to sort of re-pledge what you're going to do for the planet and in your everyday life. I think it's always a good opportunity to remind yourself of those things.
The yogurt peddler Annie Lambla came to Ohio University in celebration of Earth Month. She learned to make yogurt years ago on a farm in Italy using energy generated by pedaling a bike. Since then, she has traveled across the United States teaching others how to pedal yogurt in attempts to provide an example of how individuals can reduce the output of energy by learning to make things themselves, using minimal exertions of clean energy as opposed to buying products representing the exact opposite. The Yogurt Peddler event ties perfectly into the Earth Month theme, People Empowered. The goal was to hopefully inspire those in attendance to be empowered, to actually use their physical power to make an impact in the community and be hands-on in the efforts to be a little more environmentally friendly.
Earth Month.
Earth Month 2011.
People Empowered, Ohio University Earth Month 2011.